everyone, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. Today we are answering the age-old question, which is better, the chicken or the egg? That really doesn't mean anything. I don't know. This is kind of like a beak, maybe? I don't know. And this is an egg? I don't know. It's a teardrop. Never mind. That was a joke that just did not work. Anyway, so I'm here to answer the age-old question of which is better, the Legendary Beauty Blender or the Real Techniques blending sponge? Blending sponge. I believe that's what it's called. I'll look it up. These will be totally linked down in the description box. I feel like there's a heated debate, especially on YouTube and on any social media, when somebody brings up a beauty blender and that the Real Techniques is like a dupe for it, and people get angry. I feel like people get angry about it. Like, they argue that, you know, this isn't as good, and some people are like, no, it's better. It feels like there's drama. So I wanted to answer the age-old question. It's not age-old. These haven't been around that long. But anyway, I love my beauty blender. Love it. Use it every day, or use it every time I wear makeup. But I said, you know what? I'm really curious. I'm just curious. I feel like I'm probably never going to love anything as much as this, but I wanted to know. I wanted to know for sure. So I decided to put on my makeup, and I actually used the same makeup on both sides of my face. I used the Beauty Blender on one side and the Real Techniques sponge on the other side to finally answer the question, is this a dupe for this? So if you want to know if the Real Techniques sponge is just as good as the Beauty Blender, then just keep watching. Okay, so I already primed my face with the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pure. So I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation because it's my favorite foundation. I think I'll do the Real Techniques side over here and the Beauty Blender side over here. Both of them I have dampened, and these are both brand new. I have not used. I've actually never used the Real Techniques before. I think I'll start with the Beauty Blender side. Okay, I love this. It really did not soak up very much product, but it just makes everything look so even. Like, I'm such a fan of the Beauty Blender. I've been using it forever, and I love how like even and like flawless it just makes my skin. Let's go with the Real Techniques sponge. First impression. I can say right now it feels denser than the Beauty Blender, like just in my hand, which doesn't have much to do with application. It's just how it feels. And overall, I mean, I feel like they both seem to absorb about the same amount of product. I mean, I do know that the Beauty Blender feels softer and squishier, whereas the Real Techniques sponge feels denser. As far as my face, I mean, you probably can't tell a difference. And to be totally honest with you, I can't tell a difference either, like at all. And I'm like looking, I'm trying to look really, really close. I don't see a difference on either side. I'm gonna go in and do some under eye makeup just to see how it reacts on the eyes, because that's mainly the other thing I would use it for. So I'm gonna go in with my Tarte CC under eye corrector. So we'll try the Beauty Blender. Now it says in the package of the Real Techniques that you can use this edge, I guess, for like under the eyes. I don't know. I feel like for the corners of my eyes I need the pointed tip. Not blending in as well on this side, which could be my skin being drier. I mean, neither side really absorbed much product, although the product is closer in color to the Real Technique, so it wouldn't show up as much. Now I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and just see how that blends out on each side. All right, let's use the flat side of the Real Techniques for this and see how it does. I don't like that side. I don't feel like I have as much control, and the tip doesn't feel, because it's not quite as pointed, I don't feel like it works as well. But as far as blending everything in, I mean, you probably really can't see a difference because I don't see one. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then I will give you my final verdict. Okay, so final verdict. Which one is better? I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't want to say that the Real Techniques sponge is a straight up dupe for the Beauty Blender because it's not exactly the same thing. It's clearly, like, it feels different. The Real Techniques sponge is much denser, significantly lower price point. Let me just tell you. They don't feel exactly the same, and obviously they're not shaped exactly the same. Here is the thing. When I actually used them, I gotta tell you, I couldn't tell the difference between the sides of my face. Couldn't tell the difference at all. So as far as application, I don't really see much of a difference. As far as ease of usability, is that even a word? I don't even know. I'm used to the Beauty Blender, so I do have to say that I am used to the way this works. The Real Techniques Sponge, I really love the pointed tip of the Beauty Blender, and I don't love that the Real Techniques Sponge is wider. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't curve to a point quite as much as the Beauty Blender. So I find it trickier for getting under the eyes. Now, you're supposed to use the flat side, I think I read, under the eyes. The flat side doesn't do anything for me. I suppose putting on your actual makeup, maybe, although I used this side for that. But I don't like the flat side. So again, while the end result was the same, for me, I just felt like I like the shape of the Beauty Blender better. But they both do an equally good job. I don't know why everyone is in such a drama over this. Like, I've seen people get in like heated arguments on in threads and stuff about these products, and I don't know why, because they aren't that different, but I don't know. People, they like what they like. So I feel like if you're on a budget and you really want to try a sponge, but you can't shell out the money and you can't justify the money for this, by all means, I think you can get a great makeup application with this. So don't be scared of people telling you that this is not very good, because I think your makeup is going to apply just as well. However, I still prefer the Beauty Blender, and I think if you do have the money to invest, I would still invest in this one, because I just feel like it's so much easier to apply. Hope that made sense to you. If you guys found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have a preference, and please no fighting, but if you have a preference to one of these, you're obsessed with one, or you hate one or something like that, please leave it in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time. Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing more makeup testing. I'm actually comparing two products that on the surface are not the same thing. They're similar, I guess you could say. I'm comparing the Body Shop Radiant Highlighter with the MAC Strobe Cream. Kind of random why I came up with this combination.